This one kind of came out of left field, new 28-point peace plan. So why it was important? Why do we care? This is interesting because it was so under-advertised, so it kind of makes you think, okay, look, there's some legs to this, and it's kind of reminiscent of the Turkey USSR missile crisis when we put nukes in Turkey. The USSR essentially demanded that we take them out, and then we did. On the face of it, it looks like we capitulated, but then, of course, decades later, we actually know what went on behind the scenes. The reason why this is not super interesting is because a lot of these peace plan points, 20 of the 28 that there are, of which we don't know any if all of them. We know about 4 or 5. A lot of this stuff is just stuff that Russia's been asking for, slash demanding, slash putting on the table for since the beginning of its invasion of Ukraine. A lot of the stuff that's on here that's boring, ceding land to Russia up at the top. Then what do we have here? Not letting Western troops or borrowing the amount that's in the country, not new. What is it? Ukraine not chasing or wanting to join NATO. Stuff that is new, which was interesting. Ukraine including Russian as an official second language in the country, odd, as well as the new stuff. Long-range missiles, so obviously Tomahawks have been talked about as of late, but we haven't actually shipped any to Ukraine. So I threw this together super quick, but this is essentially the cycle we've been seeing since the start of 2025. So Trump has overtures to Russia saying, hey, we want to end the war. Putin wants to buy for more time to, prosecute the war in Ukraine. So he's like, yes, let's talk, absolutely, 100%, buying more time. Putin successfully buys more time against U.S. pressure or any serious or material ways. And eventually goes back to attacking. That's the crucial part there. And then Trump gets mad, says more stuff about how the U.S. is going to pressure Russia to come to the table. Putin then reaches out to Trump, and then the cycle starts all over again. So that's why this isn't super exciting. But look, there's a chance here. Fundamentally, nothing has changed. Russia doesn't want to move on any of its big points. Ukraine doesn't want to move on any of its big points. We just are going to remain in the cycle. That's the call here. The only thing that's new is that this has gone under the radar for so long. So look, maybe. But now that it's surfaced, it's probably one side leaking this to the press, trying to put pressure on the other. It's really unfortunate because it comes at a time when the most pressure that we've applied thus far in 2025, the sanctions on Rosneft and Lukoil are actually working. India as a proxy here, we can see by the numbers of 2025, Russian crude is dramatically coming not to a close, but very much slowing to a halt to one of its main buyers. Some of its main buyers, obviously we're using India here, but you could also include China as well. Chinese refiners have also en masse and by the data stopped buying Russian crude, or at least dramatically pulled back. It also has to be said here, the useful idiot in the room, Steve Witkoff, this guy used to be a real estate developer in New York. The fact that a lot of this is percolated back up to the top, these Russia demands, yet again for like the third or fourth time this year, I attribute to him and his, we like to call it supreme idiocy. Look, not an indictment of the administration, more just the strategy, and looks tired and nothing new. We'll see, but we come back to the cycle here, take a picture of it because this is likely what we're to see into 2026. Like and subscribe for more.